loves. This is Raven from Raven's Reviews, and welcome back to the channel. So you already know from reading the title, we are doing a Maniology unboxing haul, and I am freaking out about these goodies, y'all. The entire package was serving up Mermaid. So without further ado, let's get into all the goodies. A huge thank you to Maniology for sending these goodies over. And actually, a lot of these are featured in their anniversary collection that they launched. Y'all, I was freaking out. For their 7th year anniversary, they unveiled all of these mermaid goodies. And this magnetic polish is called Seashell Secrets. P181, and let me tell you, it has all of the secrets. I could not get over how powerful the shift was, and I have never tried a cat eye lacquer before, and I was so impressed with how responsive it was to the magnet. So y'all, we are going to do all of the swatching, but before that, look at these two plates. Okay, so this first one that I'm holding is called Tide Pool Trinkets M605, and this one is Whale Rider M608. And let me tell you, when they reached out and I got to select some plates, the moment I saw the seashell, especially because of the anniversary, I jumped. And then the Whale Rider truly touched my heart. As a BC resident, orcas, like, they're literally in our backyard. We get to see so much different wildlife, the mountains, all the different whales, the seals, the otters, all of the good stuff. And with that, my heart was so full looking at these plates, and I just knew that I wanted to do a BC inspired set. So I'm definitely going to be doing that, and I'm going to be doing an individual seashell set with the tide pool trinkets. But y'all, do you see how amazing and just opaque, baby? Like, she just glided on, and it was really amazing. As I was moving the magnet around, I could actually see it drying. So you have to definitely act fast, because you want to freeze those magnetic particles in, because it's an air drying product. So I love that whether you're doing the traditional like line, or if you're doing, there's all sorts of trending cat eye looks. So you could even do the like magnetic hearts with these. You could do all sorts, but in tandem with their like the tide pool trinkets, I think this seashell magnetic polish is everything. It will be the perfect base for a large seashell nail. So y'all, you got to make sure you have those notification bells on, because we are going to be doing all of the things. Now, after I finish all the swatching, I am going to go into a demo using Whale Rider. I wanted to do some reverse stamping, but not just that. I've been seeing this trending cat eye. It's basically, you know, the viral ocean or pool nails that has been going around with blooming gel? It's similar to that, but instead of using any form of blooming gel, you literally just use a blue cat eye, and then you either use magnetic beads, or there's like a handheld magnet that you can use to kind of make the cells in the water and make it look like the way that the ocean foam and the way that when light refracts off the water, that you get this really beautiful shimmer. So we're actually going to do a full tutorial on how to do that, and then we're going to be reverse stamping with all the whale cuties and just doing some really fun demos, because I don't know about you, but Maniology has answered so many questions from within. I find stamping so relaxing, and the fact that you get these intricate images, it just is everything. So if you know anything about me, I am very mermaid, ocean, I'm sea obsessed, and I am a self-identified mermaid. So if I can be in the water, I am going to be. So the moment that I saw the adorable whale sharks and the humpback whales and look like belugas, my heart was set, and I had to pick that beautiful, beautiful plate. Now, as I was just talking with all that excitement, let me quickly just grab the paper and read to you the colors I just swatched. So obviously the magnetic one I mentioned is Seashell Secrets, and it's from the Mermaid Mirage collection. Come on, very amply named. But then I actually selected these really yummy, icy, and more on the bronze brown, like really sexy latte inspired colors. The reason why I selected these colors was Maniology actually featured an artist. I'll pull up her name in just a second. And she did a set using this, like the exact same plate I got, the Tide Pool trinkets. And she used 3 of these and then some other colors. And when I saw the shell come to life, oh my gosh, y'all, my wig was snatched. I had to go and grab some water. I started fangirling, so I opened up the description and I wrote down the colors she used. And when they reached out, I'm like, listen, I got a plan. So that's why I grabbed the colors that I did. I just knew that I wanted to recreate at least one of the shell nails that she did. So since I'm more new to stamping, I definitely had to get those bases. So those colors were Frozen, Latte, and Cozy. And I'm going to make sure that I put all of those in the description box as well. And then they also sent a monocle stamper and their double-ended magnetic wand, which I already used, and I was thoroughly surprised how reactive those particles were. So that wand was absolutely perfection. Now I am doing the viral pool nails using the magnetic polish. I grabbed some goodies from Madame Glam because I really wanted to seal in the base with gel so that I could just stamp to my heart's content, and if there was any issues I could just wipe it off with some acetone, but I wouldn't affect the base. So in doing so, I did show the bottoms of each color I used, and I will put those in the description box. But I found I wanted to kind of do one that already had the color built in, and then another that I layered. So that's why I used that blue pearlescent and then the super cat eye for the one. I really wanted it to be a just soft blue magic, and then this one I wanted full siren deep blue sea, just because I wanted the juxtaposition between the two of them. So just you wait, as soon as I start stamping the adorable whales, oh my gosh, you are gonna see the vision come to life. But this provided the perfect background. Now, for anybody wondering, what are these amazing magnetic beads you're using? I literally just went onto Amazon and I typed in magnetic beads, and I saw this really cool collection that had, I believe it was like 16 pieces of different magnetic wands that did like hearts and waves and all the different things. And to be honest, I just wanted these, but when I saw that it had a full collection of different ones, it was like a light bulb moment. And there are some special projects I'm working on, and I'm like, these would be perfect. So please, as I mentioned before, make sure you have that notification bell on, because I'm going to be doing a whole cat eye extravaganza, going through a bunch of different techniques and tutorials with the magnets, including there's a spiral cat eye nail that is so beautiful. I'm going to be doing these pool/ocean nails, and then trying every single one of the pattern magnets. So I'm so excited. In 2025, cat eye polishes have been trending. Oh my gosh, sorry, 1 second. Sorry, that was my best friend. Okay, so let's get back into the magic. With it trending in 2025, cat eye nails, typically you see a lot of the just straight line down the nail, but there is so many ways to manipulate and use different magnets to get like a complete mirror effect, all of these individual and different patterns. So I'm really going to comprise a video that has all of the different ways that we can use and create dynamic, multi-layered looks. That's coming up, because let me tell you, there is some amazing cat eye polishes And I find that instead of just doing the same old, straight line, you can literally carve these intricate, beautiful designs, and it just takes out a complete step. And now you don't have to use a million different products, just a cat eye and a specific magnet, and you can get the most amazing backgrounds. Speaking of which, we already made those stunning ocean background nails with the cat eye. So now we are going to do the stampy with this beautiful whale rider plate. So first off, you cannot start the fun without taking the blue film off of your stamp, like your stamping plate, and then cleaning your stamping plate. This will ensure that you pick up a flawless image every time, and it's just really important to keep those grooves nice and clean so that when you place your stamping polish in, you have the perfect layer that you can then pick up and place wherever your heart's content. So I'm going to be using two Maniology colors today, stamping polishes. I'm going to be using their Surf Rider and their Bam White. And let me tell you, this has been one of my most essential used stamping polishes. It just fills in, especially when doing text. It picks up so perfect. So we are going to just have a lot of fun with this plate and really see what she's made of. So first, I cleaned that new monocle that they sent over, and we're going to start off with this really adorable whale shark. I just want to squeal. So stinking precious. So I wanted to start off with the white just so that the little speckles and the modeling on the body stays that color, and then we can reverse stamp the color of the whale. With that being said, we are just going to go right into the reverse stamping of it all. I wanted to find a beautiful navy, like a navy blue, and then I'm also going to use the Surf Rider as well so that I can have alternating like gradients of blue with the whale sharks, because we're going to do two different ones, and that will just complement the said background that we put it on. And then there's these little intricate bubbles all over the plate. So I went to an area where it was more prominent, and we're going to pick up a bunch of bubbles so then we can also add that around the whale sharks and the, I believe it's a humpback whale that we're also going to pull up, and it just adds the most beautiful scenery. Don't even get me started on how stinking precious each and every one of the marine babies that they have in this plate. I scream. You can actually hear the puppy sighing in the background because he's upset that I'm not squealing over how cute he is, and I'm just over here looking at these whale sharks. But I love the array of animals, like marine mammals, that they give you on this plate. And not just that, but there's really cute phrases. And I just think that they went over and above. I absolutely love this plate. And I'm going to be featuring on all of my socials. I'm going to be doing a reel with this specific plate. And we're going to be doing the set on Miss Angelina, aka Autumn. So we're going to do a full set on my Oleana practice hand and really show how dynamic and pretty this plate is, because y'all, after doing these two nails, my heart, it literally just leapt out of my chest. It went to the oceans of BC and I had to go get it back and retrieve it, because I can't say enough that they thought of everything. And in tandem, because I got the tide pool trinkets, I literally have everything for the perfect mermaid manicure. So we are going to be featuring a lot of magic coming up in the next couple of days. Now, on a personal note, I actually just went through a move. So I was just settling my nail studio and everything into its new home. So I do apologize, I haven't been as present on social media and just posting my different projects and art like I normally would, just because you guys already know getting settled in a new place is not for the faint of heart. It is literally the Hunger Games. I had to put myself for tribute, like it was a whole thing, but I'm so happy now because the space is absolutely perfect, and my heart, no matter where in BC we move, we are always near the ocean. So my heart is very full. As long as my mermaid self is near water, the mountains, and all the good stuff, I'm happy. Y'all, how stinking precious is this turning out? These magnetic ocean slash pool, because it can really be used for either or, but this effect with the reverse stamping, I am losing it. I can't wait to do a full set because this is so pretty. And I even want to add some French elements as well, like maybe 2 French nails, but let it be like an ocean French. Yeah, we're gonna do the whole thing. But I love how the 2 different blues complement so well, and then all the stamped images just bring everything together. Oh, my little heart can't take it. So right now, as I mentioned before, I'm just adding in those little bubbles. And y'all, I was not prepared. Even filming, like in retrospect now, I've already filmed and did the whole set, and now we're doing the overview. But still watching it before my eyes as we're doing the voiceover, I'm just squealing because how beautiful, and you don't even need that many colors to really bring something together that is just so dynamic. There's actually the Vancouver Aquarium, and it has sea otters, starfish, seahorses, a whole array, and it's actually a conservation. So they make sure that they like work in conservation, and all of the animals are essentially in a sanctuary. So none of that exploitive, BS that happens in a lot of these marine parks and things like that. But with the conservation, they have so many different marine babies there. So I can't wait. I'm going to have to do a manicure using these plates and head over to the Vancouver Aquarium and see all the little fishies with my beautiful, beautiful nails. Thank you so much, Maniology, for sending over these goodies. All of the stamping polishes and the magnetic nail polish was breathtaking. I cannot wait to make so much art coming up. And thank you to everybody that joined. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Do all things with love. And I forgot to mention earlier, I do have a discount code if you want to pick up these plates and other goodies. All of that information will be in the description box below. But I can't thank you enough, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. See you on the flip side.